AITA for living a successful life. While my brother-in-law feels left behind? I am a 35-year-old man and I have been married to my wife Carol, who is also 35, for 8 years. She works as a doctor and I work as a lawyer. Together, our income is very high, sometimes even more depending on my yearly earnings. Carol has 2 younger sisters and 1 younger brother who is 21 years old. Both sisters are studying in medical school, one is working hard to become a general family doctor, and the younger sister wants to become a dentist. They are both focused, responsible, and everyone is proud of them. However, her younger brother is very different. During school, he spent most of his time hanging out with friends and playing games. His parents tried to guide him, but he did not listen and did not seem to care. His grades were extremely low, and here, even if you fail, you still move to the next level, so he just kept going with very poor grades. He tried to apply to college twice, but his grades were not good enough to get accepted. He also had to take a required entrance exam 2 times and did not pass either attempt. He refused to try again. Now he works jobs that pay minimum wage. Every time, the same cycle happens. He works for a few months, loses interest, quits, waits a little, then finds another similar job. His parents encouraged him to learn a trade, but he says such work is beneath him. At the moment, he is working at the same hospital where my wife works. His job is to sit with patients who are struggling with serious mental health challenges and those who have attempted to harm themselves. He often complains about how difficult and emotionally draining the job is, and most of what he earns goes toward transportation costs just so he can get to work. He cannot quit because my father-in-law has finally set firm boundaries. He told him that he will not support him anymore other than allowing him to stay at home without paying rent. He must now buy his own food, pay for his own expenses, and start saving money so that he can eventually move into his own place. My brother-in-law also has a strong dislike for me. I am the only son-in-law in the family, and his father compares him to me often. He constantly mentions how successful I am and how I take good care of my family, and he tells him that no woman would want to be with him unless he changes. I do not agree with this way of comparing and I have told him before that this is not a healthy approach. But still, my brother-in-law clearly feels jealous of me, my wife, and even our children. He does not try to hide how upset he feels. Last night, they came to visit us. We were talking about our holiday plans and mentioned that we plan to spend a week in Switzerland during Christmas and the New Year, and then travel to France and Italy afterward. At that moment, my brother-in-law stood up and told my wife to stop showing off. He accused us of acting entitled and said we should remain quiet. I told him to speak respectfully to my wife. He responded that I have no authority to speak to him, so I asked him to leave. He complained a little, but he eventually walked out. My wife thanked me for supporting her, and my father-in-law said that he expected something like this to happen eventually. But even now, I do feel sympathy for my brother-in-law. It must be very painful to watch your siblings succeed while you feel like the one who is struggling. Being constantly compared to someone who has achieved more is emotionally heavy. I also know that he did try the entrance exam twice, and failing repeatedly can be discouraging. So I am asking, AITA for being more successful than him? And is there still hope for him to turn his life around? I truly want to help him one more time. I see him as a younger brother who made mistakes, and I do not want him to suffer for the rest of his life. My own father struggled and it affected my childhood deeply.